Hey, I'm Stephen Ewashkiw from Adventure Yoga. Thanks for joining me for this intermediate Hatha yoga practice. Intermediate, as in between, not completely advanced, not beginner, somewhere in between. So some challenging work, definitely. We're doing some binds today, so you're gonna have to lean into the work and see what you can do. Find the opportunity to live in these poses. Unroll your mat, have a seat, and I'll meet you there in just a few seconds. Please take a comfortable seat and sit up tall. Look down at the ground or close your eyes. Soften your eyes. Only the present moment contains life. This is a quote from Thich Nhat Hanh. It's one I really get a lot of inspiration from. He helps remind me what's really important. Only the present moment contains life. Life will twist us, and it will turn us, and it will push us, and it will pull us. We need to lean into it and know that it will bring us back to the center, to the present moment, which is all we can really work with, the present. The past is past. The future is yet to come. Yoga reminds us to do our best here and now, and to be here and now. All you have to do today in this practice is each moment be present. Find the life, find the joy in each moment. Please come into child's pose. And feel the life in your body here. Notice your breath. Notice how your breath moves through your body, how it feels as it moves through your body. Each breath reminding us that we are alive. What we do with that, that's where our power lives. That's where the value of life, that's where the possibility of adventure lives. What will we do with each breath? Come up to your hands and knees. Come up onto your left fingertips and take your right arm and feed it through. Parsva Balasana. Bring your right shoulder outside of your head to your mat. We're going to play with a little bit of twisting and opposites today. So move your hips to the right, move your left elbow forward, and find more length for the left side of your body. So those are our first opposites. Hips to the right, elbow to the left, open your left side. Create more space, more possibility for life here. Push through your left hand, come up through center, come onto your right fingertips, and Parsva Balasana to the left. To create more opportunity for adventure, move your hips to the left and stretch your right elbow forward. Open up your right side. Feel what's happening. Experience the sensations. Notice the life in this moment. Push down through your right hand, come up to center, and find joy into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog.
and stretch it out. Lift through your hips. Push down and forward with your hands. Stretch back and down with your heels, but lift up with your hips. And just a little bit, walk your feet forward. Just a little bit. We're going to Parivrtta Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take your right hand, reach for your left ankle. If you can keep your legs straight and hold your left ankle, do that. Hold the outside of your ankle. And if you can't quite reach your ankle, totally normal. Grab somewhere up higher on your leg. Push through your left hand and look to the left. And then just like we did in Parsva Balasana, shift your hips to the right and push out through your left hand. Open up your whole left side. Breathe. And then come back to center. And with your left hand, reach for the outside of your right leg. If you can hold your outside of your right ankle, do. If you can't quite reach, totally fine. Grab your right leg somewhere. Push through your right hand. And look to the right. Look under your right arm. Shift your hips over to the left. Push out through your right hand so that you can really open your whole right side. Create more space for life. And feel it. Feel the life in your body, in your mind, in your pose. And come back to center. Then walk forward to Uttanasana. Fold forward and find your Uttanasana. This is an advanced Hatha practice, so I'm going to give you less instruction in a lot of these poses than I do regularly. Partly it's to give you a chance to listen, to experience the life inside you. Come up onto your left fingertips. Take your right hand and hold outside your left ankle. Move your left elbow forward and twist to the left. Parivrtta Uttanasana. Shift your hips to the right a little. Stretch your left elbow forward. Pull back through your left hip. Stretch your left elbow forward. And come back to center. Be up on your right fingertips so we can go to the right. Take your left hand, hold outside your right leg, and twist it open to the right. Move your hips to the left a little. Move your right elbow forward. Stretch back through your right hip. Push your right fingertips down and energetically push them forward so your right arm gets more engaged. And open your right side. And come back to center. And step it back. Downward facing dog. Prasarita Padottanasana. Step your right foot forward. Turn on your feet. If, like me, your shirt has got up around your shoulders, adjust your clothing as necessary. And then fold between your legs. Prasarita Padottanasana. Stretch long through your spine. As you fold forward and stretch the top of your head down, lift up through your hips. That's really going to help you find the forward fold. Move your shoulders away from your ears. And breathe. Walk your hands over to your left foot. With your left hand, hold outside your ankle. With your right hand, hold outside your ankle. And then shift your torso over to your left leg and fold over your left leg. Move your hips just a little bit to the right. So it's not a big movement here. It's more like tucking your left hip underneath you, pushing down through your right foot to keep the right side of your body engaged, and then stretch your head towards your left foot. This should remind you of the life in your left leg here. Come back to center. Pause in the center and come up Ardha Prasarita Padasana. Lift through your spine, stretch it out, fold forward, and go to the right. Hold outside your right foot or your right leg somewhere and shift your torso over to your right leg. Just a little, tuck your right hip underneath you, push down through your left foot. Then move your torso a little more over to the right and pull on your leg, pull up on your foot so you can stretch out and over with your upper body. So you feel the life, the engagement, the work in your right leg. In this moment, feel it, experience it. Then come back to center. Ardha Prasarita Padasana. Place your hands on your waist. Stand up and sit down. Find a comfortable seat, Siddhasana, Sukhasana, Padmasana, whatever you like. And sit up tall. We're going to play a little with those opposites here. We're going to play with some Nadi Shodhana. Just after that opening work, a little bit of breath work. With your left hand, to turn your palm up and touch your thumb and index finger together. Jnana Mudra. Take your right hand and do the live long and prosper mudra. Take your fourth and fifth fingers, touch outside your left nostril. Take your thumb, touch outside your right nostril, and touch your index and middle finger to your third eye. Close your eyes and breathe through your nose. I'll give you the instructions for Nadi Shodhana, and we'll do them together. Through both nostrils, exhale. And then use your thumb to close your right nostril and inhale through your left nostril. At the top of your inhale, close your left nostril and pause. Hold your breath in. Then use your thumb to move your right nostril open and exhale through your right nostril. Inhale through your right nostril. Use your thumb to close it and hold your breath in. Pause. Then use your fourth and fifth finger to open your left nostril and exhale through your left nostril. That's one round of Nadi Shodhana. Let's keep going. Inhale left. Close and pause with your breath in. Open your right nostril, exhale. Keep going, inhale. Close it and pause. And exhale left. Keep going like this. Inhale left. Pause at the top. Exhale right. Inhale right. Pause at the top. Exhale left. And keep going on your own.
Nadi Shodhana is meant to help regulate our energy, help us play with the twist and turn as the energies move through our body. I know that it helps me find focus. It really helps me settle my mind. So Nadi Shodhana begins and ends on the left nostril. It begins with an inhale and it ends with an exhale through the left nostril. Complete the round of Nadi Shodhana that you are on. So when you exhale through your left nostril, next, release your right hand down to your lap and touch your thumb and index finger together in the Jnana Mudra. And then relax and make your way back into downward facing dog.
Lift your right leg up. Pigeon prep. Turn your right leg out, step it forward, and set up for pigeon. Come down to your forearms. Interlace your fingers in front of you. I like left toes tucked, but this is an advanced class, so you can choose left toes tucked or left foot flat. But everybody draw from your left knee and your right knee in to the center of your pelvis so that your hips get a little bit stronger and lengthen through your spine. Stay upright here. Pull your left hip towards your right foot. Downward facing dog. Place your hands flat. Push it up the neck. Lift your left leg up. Pigeon. Step your left leg forward, turn it out, bring your shin to the ground, and again come back to your forearms here. Interlace your fingers and make your hips strong and steady. Draw in from your left knee and your right knee. Cross over. You're diagonally crossing over into the center of your body. Draw in. While the world pushes and pulls us, we draw in. Connect to what's happening inside. Place your hands flat, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward for lunge, Dhanurasana. Push down through your left foot, stretch your right knee over your ankle and look forward. Push down through your feet and draw up and in to make your legs more engaged. And cross over the line. Draw your left knee and right knee towards each other. Lift through your chest, look forward, and really lift your chest. Downward facing dog. Left leg forward, Dhanurasana, lunge. Push through your right toes, push through your left foot. Draw across your body. Draw your left knee and right knee in to the center of your body. Experience this moment. Lift your chest.
Downward facing dog. Step your right leg forward. Parsvakonasana. Turn your left heel in and down. Keep your right hand outside your right leg. Bring your left hand onto your waist. Twist your chest up and then stretch out through your spine. Stretch your right knee over your right ankle and then stretch your left arm out overhead, out towards the top of your mat, out from your left leg. So push your left foot down, stretch out through your left fingertips, and then think about your right hip. Tuck it underneath you and lean back a little. Utthita Parsvakonasana. And then bring your left hand down, lift your left heel, downward facing dog. Left leg forward, spin your right heel down. Have your left hand outside your left foot. Bring your right hand onto your waist. And then twist and look up. And then stretch out of your hips. Stretch your left knee forward, push your right foot down. And then stretch out through your right arm. Stretch overhead, out towards the top of your mat. And from your right foot and right fingers, stretch long. Think about your left butt, tuck it underneath you, and lean back, lean into it, open up. Utthita Parsvakonasana. And downward facing dog. Let's play with that. Step your right foot forward, spin your left heel down. This time bring your right arm inside your right leg and bring your left hand onto your waist. So just a different option for Utthita Parsvakonasana. Push your right arm into your right leg this time and turn up. Take your right hip underneath you. You can use your left hand like I'm doing to show you. Take your left hand and grab your butt and pull it underneath you. Lean back, push your right arm into your right leg. Stretch out through your left arm. Then take your left hand, reach back behind you. Reach to touch your right butt. Oh, not so bad. Hello, right butt. And then push through your feet. Bow inside your right leg a little. Lean your shoulder back into your right leg so that you can bring your right hand off the ground. Reach back and place your right wrist in your left hand. And then we're going to pull our butt underneath us more. Use your hand bind to pull your right hip underneath you. Lean back and stretch it out. Baddha Parsvakonasana, bound side angle. And then untwist it, hands down, downward facing dog. Same thing other side. Left leg forward. Spin your right heel down. Take your left hand inside your left leg and bring your right hand onto your waist. Look up, push your left arm into your left leg so that you can stretch it out and lean back a little. Then take your right hand, because that worked well on the first side, I think. Take your right hand, reach underneath you, reach for your butt, and then pull your butt underneath you. It's going to force you to lean into your left leg more. Resist with your left leg, look up, and then stretch out through your right arm. And then take your right arm, reach back behind you so that your palm is facing out, so the back of your hand is touching your butt. And then push down through your feet and fold in a little so your outer left shoulder touches your left leg. So you can bring your left hand off the ground and then reach underneath you. Place your left wrist into your right hand. That bind there is what you're going to use to pull your left hip underneath you. So pull it down underneath you, lean back onto your left leg, and stretch it out. Baddha Parsvakonasana.
Undo the bind. Lift your right heel and step it back. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward, and walk or float forward. Ardha Uttanasana. Uttanasana. Stand up. Tadasana. Lift your right knee up. Stretch your right arm back. Lift your right knee a little higher, and with your left hand, hold outside your right foot. Start to lift your right foot. Push your foot into your hand. Pull with your hand. Work to straighten your right leg. Parivritta Hasta Padagustasana. Maybe look over your right shoulder. That's usually where I lose this pose. Yeah, I'm going to look forward. Stretch back through your right arm. Pull your right hip down and underneath you. So draw it in towards your left leg. And stretch out and up. Tadasana. Shake it off. There's a lot of twisting and turning and pushing and pulling and finding your center in that pose. Finding the life in the moment of that pose. If you worry about what's to come, if you worry about where you've been, that pose is going to fall apart. Lift your left knee up. Reach back with your left arm. Enjoy this. Then lift your knee higher with your right hand. Hold outside your left foot. Start to back through your left arm. Start to lift your left foot. And then push your left foot away from you. Pull with your left hand. Pull with your right hand. Stretch your left arm back. Think about your left hip. Draw it underneath you. Squeeze your left leg into your right leg. Stretch out, stretch up, and draw everything into the moment. This is where the pose lives. Whoa, so is that. And sometimes that's what happens. Tadasana. Whew, shake it off. Stretch up, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Step your left leg back, Trikonasana. Straighten both legs. This time take your right arm inside your right leg. I say this time because I usually have you do right arm outside your leg. Bring your left hand onto your waist and twist it up. Stretch long through your spine. And then fold inside your right leg a little bit. Bend your right elbow. Get your right shoulder low on the inside of your right leg. And then take your right arm. Reach back behind you. Turn your thumb up and bend your elbow. Take your left arm, reach up and over, and clasp your hands, or hold your left wrist with your right hand, or hold your right wrist with your left hand. They're all valid options. And then push through your right foot and straighten your right leg. Pull down with your hands and tuck your right hip underneath you and stretch it out. Bound triangle. Twist up, stretch out, pull your right hip underneath you. The twisting and the pulling and the turning, lean in. Lean into it, experience it. Bend your right knee. Baddha Parsvakonasana. Pull your right hip underneath you. Lean into it. Smile into it. Undo the bind. Bring your right hand to the ground. Half moon. Lean in. Float up. Stretch your left arm up. Look up. Tuck your right hip underneath you. Bend your left knee. Grab your foot. Ardha Chandra Chapasana. Tuck your right hip underneath you. Lift your left hip. Lift your left shoulder. Turn your chest up. Pull your foot away from you. Uttanasana. Fold forward. Same few poses, other side. Step your right leg back. Spin your heel down. Trikonasana, left hand inside your left leg. Push your left arm into your leg. Pull your left hip back. Open up through your spine and turn your chest up. Lean into it. Then bend your left elbow. Lean in more. Fold inside your left leg till your left shoulder touches the inside of your left thigh. And then reach back with your left arm. Point your thumb up, bend your elbow, and work to touch your butt with the back of your hand. Take your right arm over to the back. Hold your right wrist with your left hand, or clasp your hands, or hold your left wrist with your right hand, whichever works best for you. Then push through your left leg and straighten it. And as you do that, pull with your hands, pull your left hip over to the right. And then lean into it. Lean back with your body. Stretch it out through your spine. Look over your right shoulder. Baddha Trikonasana. Bound triangle. Lean into it. Pull your left hip underneath you so you can experience it more. Feel the life of the pose here. And then shift it. Bend your left knee. Push with your right foot. And then re-engage the twist of the bind. With your hands, pull your left hip underneath you. Find more length for your spine. Look up. Baddha Parsvakonasana. Half moon. Undo the bind. Place your left hand down and then lean forward. Use your right foot to push you forward. Lift your right leg up. Lift your right arm up. Lift your gaze. Tuck your left hip underneath you so you can stretch out more. That's going to help support you. Bend your right knee for sugarcane, Chapasana. Reach back. Find your right foot. Push down for your left foot. Pull your left hip back and underneath you. Lift your right shoulder, right side of your rib cage. Kick your right foot away from your butt and open it up. Uttanasana. Release your leg and fold. Steady your mind. Steady your body. Ardha Uttanasana. Uttanasana. Again, Ardha Uttanasana. Uttanasana. Place your hands on your waist and stand up. Tadasana. Stretch it long. Straighten everything out. Reach up. Fold forward. Down dog. Let's get a nice cleansing opener here. At least I find this to be a nice cleansing opener. Roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. Stack your feet. If stacking your feet isn't available to you, take your left foot in front of your hips. If your left foot is in front of your hips, walk it back. Have it just in front of your right foot. And then everybody take your left foot, step it back behind you. Turn your toes to face the back. Push into the ball of your right foot, pull your heel forward and place your right foot flat. Wild thing. I'll give you less instruction on the other side. Push through your feet, lift through your hips. Open up your body. Feel the life here. So much life in Wild Thing. Down dog. side plank or Vashisthasana to the left. Roll to the edge of your left foot and choose what you're doing with your right foot. And then everybody step your right foot just back behind you. Pivot on your feet. Push through your feet. Lift hips up, up, up. Up. Down dog. All right, stay with me. Right leg forward, left heel down. Straighten your right leg, bring your right arm inside your leg. Stretch your left arm up, Trikonasana. Tuck your right hip underneath you, open it up. Draw in with your legs, draw in with your arms. Bend your right knee a little. Take the bind. Fold in a little, hold your wrist. Pull your right hip underneath you, straighten your right leg, stretch out and turn up. Baddha Trikonasana. Lean into it. And then keep going. Bend your right knee. Parsva Konasana with the bind. Pull your right hip underneath you. Lean into it. Open your chest up. Open up into more possibilities. And then look down at your right foot. Lift your left heel and step forward. Pull back with your right foot. Step your left foot forward. All you gotta do is your best. That can take lots of little steps. We'll meet here. Lift your right heel. Push into your left foot. With the bind, pull your right hip underneath you. Lift your chest and play with standing up. Push your right shoulder back. Pull your right hip underneath you. If you get upright, find your balance and play with straightening your right leg. Bird of paradise. Bend your right knee. Fold it forward. Keep the bind if you can. For half bound Uttanasana. And then release your hands. Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana. Uttanasana. Step back. Downward facing dog. Other side. Left leg forward. Right heel down. Triangle with your left arm inside your leg. Stretch it out by drawing in with your limbs. Find more length and opening in your spine. Lean back into your left leg and then find the bind. Bow in, bend your knee, clasp your hands. And then pull your left hip underneath you. Straighten your left leg, stretch it out and look up. Baddha Trikonasana. Draw everything in to this moment. Bend your left knee. Baddha Parsva Konasana. Pull your left hip underneath you. Stretch out through your spine even more. Look down at the ground. Lift your right heel. And take as many steps as you need. Pull back with your left foot and step your right foot forward. Lift your left heel when you get there and we'll meet there. We'll meet there. Hard to do all this and keep talking and teaching. Svarga Dvijasana, bird of paradise. Pull with the bind. Pull your left hip down so your left heel lifts more. So your left shoulder lifts into your left leg and your chest lifts. And then play with continuing that. Lift with your left shoulder. Pull your left hip underneath you. Really work to engage your left leg, and when you get upright, you can play with straightening your left leg. But if you've ever seen birds of paradise dance, they all have their own unique dance. So you do your unique mating dance here. Then bend your knee. Fold in, keep the bind if you can. And then let go of the bind. Uttanasana. Behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders towards each other. Roll your upper arms out and bow in. Into child's pose. Bring your hands down. Step back. Take your knees wide. And sit back. Child's pose. Sit up. Bring your knees together. Swing your feet over to the left. Bharadvajasana. Left foot on top of your right. Take your left hand onto your right knee. Take your right fingertips back behind you and do a gentle twist. Stretch up long. And then look over your left shoulder, lift your chin. Open up the right side of your chest a little more. Smile. And twist. Change sides. Lift your hips. Swing your feet over to the right. Right foot on top of your left foot. Take your right hand onto your left knee. Left hand back behind you. Sit up tall. And twist. Bharadvajasana. And look over your right shoulder. Nice twisted thunderbolt. Vajrasana. Thunderbolt. Open up the left side of your chest a little more. Come back to center. And Dandasana. Stretch your legs out. Bring your hips back a little. Stretch your arms up. Paschimottanasana. Fold forward. Hold your legs where you can, keeping them straight. And fold. Listen to yourself here. See what you need and bring that to the work. Keep finding more length for your legs, more length for your spine, more length for your breath. Lift your head and chest. Sit up, bring your hands to the ground behind you. Push your heels down. Lift your butt up. Lift your chest up. Purvottanasana. Stay here or point your toes and bring your toes to the ground. Lift your hips high, everybody. Externally rotate your upper arms. Lift your chest, everybody. Open up after all the twists and binds. Come down. Bring your legs to the ground, hips to the ground, arms up and overhead. Final stretch. Stretch through your fingers and your toes. Shavasana. Let it go. Spend a couple minutes here. Let yourself go. Just be in the moment here.
Start to deepen your breath. And move as you like to move. To bring yourself back from Shavasana, from this moment of life to the next moment of life. When you're ready, bend your knees and turn onto your side and come back to seated. Find your seated position. Look down at the ground or close your eyes. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra. Only this moment contains life. All the moments of class are past. They're regulated to history. All the moments to come have yet to be born. What will you do with each moment? With this class, I wanted you to be in the moment, to notice each pose, each twist, each turn, each chance to lean in and be more. That's our opportunity in life, to lean into each moment, to find the adventure in each moment. Whatever your day has in store for you today, whatever these future moments become, I hope to help you lean in, find the adventure. Thanks for practicing today. Namaste. I absolutely love working on vines, and I hope that you could find a little bit of that pleasure that I get from them in class today. They're just so complicated and they're so crazy, yet somehow they are possible, or at least we can see the possibilities within the poses. If you've got any questions about them, put in the comments. I'd love to talk to you about these vines. They're really crazy, crazy fun poses, and I want you to enjoy practicing them. If you'd like to do another class with me, maybe not today, click there, add that to your watch later list. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, just click on my picture right over there to subscribe. It's as easy as that. Thanks, OMies.